So, America, this is from the New York Post. Americans are supposed to have sympathy for the accused terrorist detainees now on hunger strike to protest supposedly cruel conditions in Gitmo. Remember how awful it is in Gitmo?
Yeah, I've heard those stories. I was shocked and outraged, hurt, wounded.
Just a few years ago, the detainees got so fat from overeating hummus and other dishes from the camp's Islamically correct menu that commanders were specially ordered treadmills to help them lose weight. But we had to order them again because they weren't made by Muslims. Even the hunger strikers were gaining weight because of all the food, so we go out and buy all this exercise equipment and throw it in the rec yard. They say, hey, this stuff is made in the U.S., made by infidels, and we're not going to use it. So what did we do, says this official speaking on anonymity? We took all of this out and gave it to the soldiers and bought them equipment that was made in a Muslim part of the world. Where do you... Muslim-made exercise equipment?
Muslim ellipticals.
This official called Gitmo detainees some of the most pampered prisoners on the planet. These are the people that are being treated so cruelly that Gitmo is such a lightning rod for creating more terrorists around the world.
Yeah, I'd kind of semi-bought that narrative. I'm surprised to hear this.
He said they get as many as 4 choices of halal meals and have access to a new $750,000 soccer field. Islamic prayer beads and rugs are now standard issue. They get their choice of more than 10,000 Islamic books and videos stocked by a Muslim librarian who also records soccer and Arabic TV for them. They even have their own clerics to preach to them in Arabic. Everyone gets a Quran, paperback or hardback, along with little hammocks to keep their holy book from touching the ground when not in use. Guards are prohibited from handling the books. The Muslim librarian is the only one that's allowed to touch the Qurans anymore per detainee request. If I went to the Quran room and started rifling through a Quran, I could be fired. No one gets a Bible because the Bible could incite the terrorists. Detainees have even persuaded prison officials to stop raising the American flag anywhere that they can see it. That is unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that is freaking unbelievable.
We're so doomed.
Gitmo is no longer a prison camp. It's a state-sponsored madrasa.
Did you hear that they have courses there? Which I'm not against. If you're going to keep somebody for a long, long time somewhere, not occupying their mind seems crazy to me. But anyway, they're having interviewing and resume writing among the classes they're offering the prisoners. Resume writing? Personal skills include bomb making, use of satellite phones, taking pictures of military bases.
Or for some of them, maybe farming.
Yeah. Getting the dirt to give up a couple of pieces of lettuce.
And then I get thrown in Gitmo 10 years ago, and they don't tell me why, and I haven't heard a word since.
Wow. This gap in your resume here.
Yeah, I noticed a rather long period of unemployment there. I was in Gitmo.
Prisoners are now demanding newer facilities and easier access to lawyers. More are threatening hunger strikes and unrest if they don't get their way. And apparently the president stated, we're so concerned about one of them dying from a hunger strike that we're willing to do anything to make sure that happens. So the Pentagon is considering plans for a $150 million overhaul to what is already the world's most costly prison per capita. Each inmate at Gitmo costs roughly $800,000 a year to keep.
Wow.
For a total annual operating budget of more than $170 million.
Wow. And that ground could be a great resort. I mean, you open that, make it Club Med Guantanamo.
This whole Gitmo thing is so crazy. It's so crazy on so many different levels.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we accomplishing? How many people are there? That's not that many people.
Right. I don't actually know how many people are there now, but they got nowhere to put them.
Google how many people in Gitmo. It's a small number. But yeah, so you can't send them anywhere because every politician in America has made it their cause to make sure no Gitmo and detainees are coming to our state. I'll stand up for freedom and safety. Which makes no sense, because what the hell are they going to do inside a prison somewhere? There's already radical Muslims in whatever prison is near you.
Well, they're thinking, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. They're thinking, you put it in Des Moines, well, then the Islamofascists are going to start targeting Des Moines.
Every prison in America is full of Islamic extremists. I mean, it makes no sense.
The homegrown moron type.
Whatever. So you got him at this prison down there, which supposedly maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. Do you think I have no idea around the world what Gitmo means. But if it is causing people to hate us, yeah, it ain't good. Yeah. So there's been all this talk of opening up a different place where it would be exactly the same thing, and they're still. And what are we gonna? We gonna hold them all until they all die of old age? Apparently, was what's going to happen because no charges have been brought forward for any of them.
Listen, go with the Joe Getty plan. Tear down the prison, turn it into a golf resort, put those guys on top of mowers, give them a nice job maintaining my golf course. They'll be happy and they'll begin to love America.
How many are there?
I've here 166.
Holy cats!
What would be the damage of just dropping 166 of them right in the middle of Yemen and saying, enjoy trying to kill us, we're going to try to kill you first?
Yeah, good luck, we'll give you 10 minutes. Go!
Because there are millions of people that want to kill us with the same ideology, so why keep that 166 in prison at a cost of $170 million a year?
Well, they're the worst of the worst, Jack.
No, they're not. Who believes that? Who believes
dangerous.
Who believes those are actually the worst of the worst? That they're any worse than any of the people that have been born since those guys were put in there? They're now learning the latest techniques in Pakistan or wherever the hell. It doesn't make any sense.
You know what? You're a visionary leader.
Just let them all loose. Let them all loose, close the place down, take the money you would have spent on trying to figure out how to kill them in a drone attack. Or let them run around for a week and then blow them up.
Telling you, give them nice jobs mowing the grass.
Let them loose in Cuba, see if they figure out how to get off the island.
It doesn't seem like it's the thorny political problem that it has to be. What would happen if Barack Obama announced we're going to let him loose? Would he get attacked by right-wingers of being soft on terrorism?
Yes, constantly for the rest of his term.
Surely you could push back on that. Look, dude, that makes no sense.
Right.
All these countries around, Somalia, Yemen, Algiers, whatever the country is.
Look,
all these countries are full of people that are terrorists, and I'm droning the hell out of them every single day.
Chechnya, etc.
What's so special about these 166?
Well, that's what he's got to say. I dropped them in Yemen. And now, instead of yesterday, there were 10,000,003 people in Yemen who wanted to kill us. Now there are 10,143. Big freaking deal. and we agreed we'll give them 10 minutes, then we're going to drone them.
And now they can't preach in the madrasas all around the world putting up pictures of Gitmo talking about what a horrible country we are. We took that away from them.
What would you do with KSM?
Is he in Gitmo?
Oh, yeah.
Thought he was.
Yeah, because they tried to try him in New York, right?
Him you got to keep. Everybody else. Well, first of all, you call in all the senators or whoever's stopping this from saying, look, we got to put these people in prison in the United States, all right? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put them in one of the supermax, they're not going to escape. Y'all are going to shut up about it, and we'll close Gitmo. Everybody cool with that?
I like the Yemen plan, but, if there's probably, a handful of guys in there who, like KSM, who we don't want to turn loose.
I don't doubt there are some of them. Although, even if you did, it's not going to make a spit's worth of difference in the war on global terrorism. There's plenty of those people out there.
Unless you believe he was especially effective. And the more I learn about 9/11, I don't think that's the case. I just think we were very bad at preventing that sort of thing. It was a good plot. I mean, it worked.
But the current plan seems to...
And yes, I'm horrified. I'm looking at it analytically.
The current plan seems to be... leave open the most expensive prison in the world until they all die of old age, never having been charged with anything.
Sort of like death row in San Quentin.
Yeah, exactly.
Just let everybody stay there till they die.
Just slightly cheaper. Yeah. But not a lot.
No.
What's coming up in your news, Marshall?